This is NDTV and you are watching NDTV Prime.
The Renault Kwid has been a smashing success and it is one of the cars that everybody's been talking about the last few months. If anything, we are very happy with it as well because it is the reigning 2016 NDTV Car of the Year and it becomes more special as the CNB Viewer's Choice Car of the Year. It now gets the additional 1 litre variant to make its portfolio even stronger here in India. And speaking about that with us is the NDTV Automotive Man of the Year, Mr. Sumit Sani, who's joining us right now. Sumit, good to see you.
Hi, same here, Siddharth.
And you got the new car behind you already.
Absolutely.
So we're going to jump straight in and start talking about that. So thanks for joining us. The 1 litre, we always knew it was coming. You had sort of made that clear at the start that this is something you would do. At the Auto Expo, we talked about it again, and then the car is now here. I've driven the car. I think we've spoken about that part of it, but how important is it for you, considering the 0.8 is already such a big success?
But Kwid, as you know, has been a big success. But and Renault, practically, we are a 4-year-old brand in this country. But I think it's more important to note our commitment towards this country. So when we launched Kwid in India, we did that with 98% localization, and I think we were able to successfully do that because we had built a strong foundation for ourselves. Whether we talk about our plant, whether we talk about our engineering center, or we talk about our 2 design centers in India. So clearly, a good success for us. And yes, Kwid, if I see from January to July, is among the top 10 selling cars in this country. 1 litre was very important for us because this is a car, where we launch it with 0.8 litre. And today, the day becomes more important for us because this is just not Kwid 1 litre launch, but this is also the launch of global launch, rather I should say, of our 1 litre SCE engine, which I can without a doubt say is one of the best in its class. And this car, from a driving perspective, will beat all its rivals in the 1 litre category. So a very special day for me.
How much of an enhancement of volume are you seeing from this though?
See, as I said, we have been getting good response, and I'm sure today that when I see mini segment, earlier people used to buy mini cars because of the financial reason, because of the financial capability. But I think the trend has completely changed in last 2-3 years, especially the young audience, our youth. They don't have a challenge on the disposable income, but they really want a mini car, but they want a stylish mini car. They want a car which is very strong on design, meets their requirement. At the same point of time, it's a driving pleasure. So 1 litre is going to meet all these aspects over and above our 0.8. And we are quite geared up to handle that demand. And in last few months, we have been ramping up our production volumes, and I'm quite confident we'll be able to manage the demand.
It happens with any new variant launch where obviously it will also eat into the existing cars share a little bit, but overall you'll enhance numbers. The reason I want to talk about that a little bit specifically is because unlike what we've seen from your rivals, you've also priced the car very attractively. It's not a massive difference in terms of the price between the top end 0.8 and the top end 1 litre. So given that, do you see some buyers very naturally migrating to the 1 litre even if they may have initially planned to buy the 0.8?
It is possible, Siddharth, and that's why we have launched this car in our RXT and RXT option version, which is the top end version. And if a customer who is currently looking forward to buy a 0.8 litre top end will have this as an opportunity.
Which has been your biggest seller anyway, right?
Exactly.
But
end. If you see from an overall perspective, as I said, mini segment has seen a lot of change. So there are people, those who are buying mini cars, especially in upcountry India, are buying because probably that's their first car, or they want to buy a car in a certain financial budget. So you have that set of customer, and you also have a set of customer who's looking forward to something more peppier, more smarter. So I think with Kwid we are able to capture both the spectrums. So I'm sure that it will add incremental volumes to our overall game, and as I said earlier, this is one of the best 1 litre offering in the country.
I have no doubt that, of course, the volumes will be enhanced too. I think that we're sitting at a point where we've seen where the market is, what the consumer is looking for. So yeah, I'm happy to endorse that view. But then we come to the point about what this platform represents. I mean, at the time when you first unveiled it, we heard from Mr. Goan about CMFA and its potential globally. We're starting to see little sort of pieces of that coming together now. Car is going to Brazil as well. Where does that go from here? Because while we'll probably see, of course, one more variant I know on this car coming, beyond the Kwid, where does that platform go?
See, clearly, if we are talking about platform, this was the first time we got this platform in India. First time a brand new car on it with a brand new engine and brand new transmission. So it has been also a learning experience for us. As you rightly said,
yeah, there was no precedent from anywhere to sort of take
exactly,
yeah.
Exactly. So this was an innovation, and clearly, we have going forward, we have one more variant, which is AMT, which is in the pipe, and we are currently working on more opportunities. So if you ask me whether CMFA platform has got opportunity to create more cars, my answer is yes. And what would be those cars? We are still working towards it.
So yeah, I wish you'd tell me that. I know you won't.
But yes, there are opportunities, and why not? Because if we see Renault, and if I see my portfolio in India, more than 70% of the cars which are sold are less than 4 meters, and with Kwid, we are currently capturing 24 to 25% of mini segment. So clearly, opportunity for us for future, but that doesn't limit us from launching cars more than 4 meters also, but we are talking specific of this platform, so clearly opportunities are there.
I'll tell you why I asked you that, because when you first talked about CMFA, at the time it seemed like it was going to be a family of vehicles that will help you achieve the targets you have in India. Now you've already done 5% market share without getting into those other cars, so that will only make your market share grow, and obviously your target grow as well from there. So firstly, do you have a new target? And secondly, how important will it be to have multiple vehicles which, like you said, address 70% of the market?
See, it is important, and for Renault, India is not a short-term strategy, it's a long-term strategy. So if you go back to our conversations in previous years, I've always said that we are building the runway, we are building the foundation. So whether it is a plant, whether it is technology center, design centers, the whole idea was to build a strong foundation and then move forward, and then came Kwid. So we are quite geared up for future, and we need to go step by step. I think it is important for us two things. One is the portfolio management, wherein we plug the gaps for future, and also the life cycle management of the existing cars. So clearly, when 2014 I announced my midterm plan, I said we need to achieve 5% market share by end of 2017. Probably we'll achieve it this year, and we have to set new goals for ourselves, not yet done. But I think more important for us is to build the right portfolio, so that our customers, whether it is existing customers coming from Kwid or Duster or Logi, they have alternatives to graduate within the Renault family, and also segments which we feel will be future opportunities. One thing for sure, whatever will be coming from Renault's side, it won't be a me too product. We are looking forward to innovative products.
But do you, well, I mean, sounds a little fickle for me to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Is it then fair to say that at least it's realistic now for a company like yourself to say by 2020 maybe we should look to double that market share? 10% share? Is that too distant?
I won't put a percentage to it, but I would say why not to take an aggressive target, because our idea is to build a right portfolio of cars. Keep your customer satisfied, that's very, very important for us. And I think, if I see the brand, we launched Duster in July of 2012. And if you see 4 years, and we are already number 6 in the country, if I see now, and holding 4.5% market share cumulatively. So why not? But we want to be, aggressive, but we want to be rationally aggressive. Making sure that we give right product to our customers at the right price, which is very important, with right quality. So I think it's a combination, and we are more committed towards customer satisfaction at this stage. So definitely step by step.
Question I have to ask you is also something that was talked about in the past, but of late we haven't heard it too much, which is, and I believe Mr. Goan was quoted as saying that one of the things which would be important for the Renault-Nissan alliance in India would be to say that at least a combined market share of 10%. Is that still something that sort of fits into this purview, or is that more a, let's say the second objective and not the primary objective?
No, I think, as you know, in India, as an alliance, we have a joint venture plant, we have a joint venture technology center. So I think it's very, very important for us to grow together. And I think, on both sides, we are moving towards that direction. And I'm very confident that, whatever our CEO has said in past, together as a team, we will try to achieve that.